Nick was flying home for the first time in years, but just as he boarded the plane, a kid had stolen his seat. Frustrated, he was about to speak up. Then a flight attendant walked over. Instead of helping, she took Nick to first class. There, a woman, Ella, was being harassed by a bald man. Without a word, she pulled Nick to sit beside her. The man backed off. Ella focused on her laptop. Nick played with his seat like a child. He tried to get her attention, but she never looked up. He didn't know it yet, but he was about to change her life.
Suddenly, turbulence hit. The cabin shook. Lights flickered. Passengers panicked. Even the crew lost control. Ella instinctively grabbed Nick's hand. He didn't pull away, but he was terrified. This was a film that could make anyone believe in love again. Even decades later, it wouldn't feel outdated. The plane landed safely. As Ella prepared to leave, Nick asked for her name. Alice. She smiled. He watched her walk away. He felt small. She was brilliant and powerful. He was just ordinary. But then, he saw her USB drive on the floor. He ran after her, but she was gone. The next day, Ella entered work like always. Graceful, strong. But behind her back, people mocked her. Old, cold, loveless. She didn't care. She was focused, driven. She wanted to be the next editor-in-chief. But the job went to someone else. Jonah. The boss said Jonah was more fun, more alive. Ella said nothing. She buried herself in work. But when she opened her laptop, her USB was gone. Panicked, she found a note. Someone had come to return it. She called the number. It was Nick. He was at a bar celebrating. He gave her the address. Without hesitation, Ella went. She hated the noise, she hated the mess, but she needed that USB. Nick didn't have it. It was at his place. Outside the bar, Ella was stunned. Nick's ride? A dusty pink electric scooter. She hesitated, then nodded and got on. She struggled with the helmet. He helped her gently. Someone took a photo. From the wrong angle, it looked like a kiss. A scandal was brewing.
Back at his home, she got the USB. She turned to leave. Nick wanted to say more. She walked away. He was heartbroken. He never imagined soon she'd come to him. Days later, Ella walked into the office. Everyone stared, whispered, her best friend handing her the photo. She was shocked. She rushed to the boss to explain, but he didn't care. Ella was speechless. She'd been through betrayal, divorce, loneliness. She was 38, a single mom. All she had was her daughter and her job. Love wasn't part of the plan, but her friend pushed her. Find someone. Be happy. You deserve more. That night, Ella turned up the music, opened a bottle of wine, dug out a dress she hadn't worn in years. She went to Nick's school. Hi. What are you doing here? I lost your number, she smiled. So I came. Nick was stunned, nervous. They toured the school. Before leaving, Ella invited him to dinner. That night, they laughed. Nick played with Steck outside the restaurant. Ella joined them. Later, on the rooftop, he shared design ideas. Ella smiled genuinely. They started seeing each other more. She even liked the pink scooter. One rainy night, her sister called. Nick stepped away, giving her space. He didn't know a blind date had been arranged. Ella lied. My daughter is sick. I have to go. Nick stopped the cab in the rain. He looked like a man, not a boy. Ella smiled. At the blind date, the man was perfect, successful, kind, accepting. But Ella couldn't stop thinking about Nick. The date ended in failure. She didn't care. They went to a fashion show. Ella warned him to behave, but when a model fell, he rushed to help. Nick was left awkwardly on stage. Yet the big shots were impressed. That night, they danced together. The closeness made them both fall deeper. Nick tried to hold her hand. Ella pulled away. Age was still a barrier. Nick forced a smile and said goodnight, but he rang her doorbell again. He kissed her. She didn't resist. Their relationship was sealed. The next morning, she hurried him out before her family returned. At the door, she gave him a sweet kiss. Soon after, Nick left her a surprise date invitation with arrows and a recorder. Ella rode his scooter happily through the city. Her life lit up again, but reality returned. Nick confessed his love. Just then, Ella's daughter called. The gap between them was undeniable. Ella left in silence. Nick fell into despair, shutting himself off. Ella also hit a wall at work. One day, a client saw Nick's photo on her computer. The boss ordered Ella to bring him in for a photo shoot. She had no choice. When they met again, it was awkward. Nick agreed, hoping to win her back, but he overheard that Ella's actions were for her career. His heart broke. During the shoot, he kissed her in front of everyone, maybe out of anger, maybe to tease. When the photographer pushed too far, Nick snapped. He quit. Ella chased after him, begging him to finish, but her boss was watching coldly. Nick left hurt. Ella lost her job soon after. At her lowest
point, she listened to Nick's old recording. She finally realized she truly loved him. She went to his school. By mistake, she was treated as a substitute teacher. Everyone stared, but when she met Nick's eyes, she found courage. She kissed him in front of the class, without fear of age or judgment, only love. Because love is unpredictable. It makes us meet the right person in the vast crowd. And when we do, we must be brave enough to hold on.
Don't just watch, hit subscribe and never miss the next story.